I am Dr. Omnath. I am a practicing interventional cardiologist from Coimbatore. I am an associate professor at Medical College. Heart failure technically can be defined as the inability of the heart to maintain demand of. The function of the heart is to supply oxygen to all parts of the body by maintaining circulation. So when the heart is unable to pump, the heart is unable to receive the blood properly and unable to supply the oxygenated blood to all parts of the body, that condition will be medically called as heart failure. Now, of late, with the progress in the incidence of hypertension, with the progress of diabetes, ischemic heart disease, all of this can lead on to ultimately they can lead on to heart failure. So with the incidence of these diseases, the incidence of heart failure is also coming up. If you look at the statistics side, we can say up to 2% of the population, overall population, are affected with the heart failure. See, as I have already discussed, the predominant risk factors for the development of heart disease are: one is hypertension, second is ischemic heart disease, third is valve disease. The valves of the heart will be affected, like mitral stenosis or aortic stenosis. Fourth one will be somebody who has long-standing cardiac arrhythmias, then diseases like thyrotoxicosis. And diabetes is a direct contributor. Either it can be a risk factor for development of ischemic heart disease, or as such it can cause some forms of heart failure. So the common what you call the health endemics like hypertension, diabetes, ischemic heart disease, they are the predominant contributory factors for the development of heart failure. See, so I will try to answer one by one. Okay, so heart failure is the inability, the normal. See, when you measure the function of the heart, the function of the heart is into two. One is the pumping function. Medically, we call it as the systolic function. Another one is the receiving. See, heart has to receive the oxygenated blood from the lungs, then it has to pump into the heart and to all parts of the body. So so the systolic part is the pumping, and the diastolic part is the part where the heart is receiving the oxygenated blood from the lungs. So if either of this is abnormal, the patient will have a heart failure. So clinically it is of two types: systolic heart failure and diastolic heart failure. Either from the patient, whether it's a systolic heart failure or it's a diastolic heart failure, will suffer from lack of taking sufficient blood to the peripheral organs, so thereby resulting in the dysfunction of the peripheral organ. So when somebody has already been diagnosed with heart failure, first thing you have to look at the management can be non-invasive, that is non-pharmacological management. Then comes the pharmacological management. Then comes the role of intervention, so invasive management. Basic precautions like restriction of salt intake, restriction of fluid intake, avoiding strenuous activities, having a regular checkup with a cardiologist, and if he is on a medication, he has to religiously take the medications, and periodically, as per the advice of the cardiologist, he has to undergo, if necessary, invasive modality of treatment as well. So lifestyle modification, strict adherence to pharmacological therapy, regular follow-up with a specialist. That is the crux of the management of heart failure. Your question regarding advances. See, a lot of research has been done being of late in the pharmacological as well as the surgical part of that invasive part of management of heart failure. So as you all are aware now, see now with the introduction of RNA group medicines, there has been a revolution in the management. previously we were using a particular group of drugs called angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor drugs or angiotensin receptor blocker drugs. Now with the drug, these new drugs like ARNI, which have been found to have increased mortality as well as morbidity benefit. So we can say we are one step ahead in the management in pharmacology. Likewise, there are so many new concepts that have, like you have to, if somebody is having a deficiency of iron, you can correct iron by giving parenteral injections of iron. And then that latest molecule, heart rate, there are a lot of studies on appropriate reduction of heart rate, like the newer molecule like ivabradine is available. So if somebody is not getting adequately controlled with the beta blocker, ivabradine can be used. But see, these are all some regarding the medical aspects. So we can say so many a lot of molecules have come in the recent past which have improved our ability and capacity to control heart failure symptoms and signs and improve the survival benefit of the patient. Surgical aspects also, now devices called like ventricular assist devices, so many modifications, so many patient friendly kind of devices have come up. Then with regards to cardiac resynchronization therapy, which is a form of pacemaker which augments the pumping function of the heart. So somebody who's not responding well to medical management, they have got these options like putting a cardiac synchronization therapy, CRT with CRT therapy, what we call medically CRT, or they can undergo a device implantation, ventricular assist device implantation, and even heart transplant. Now a lot of centers in India itself, they are also well versed in doing heart transplant, and we are seeing good results. So we can say what was long back in 20 years, when we compare back in 20 years, the therapy has evolved so much. Like so we can say we are in a better position to manage heart failure. So see, heart failure is something which doesn't have a permanent cure. So that reality we have to accept. So somebody who has been diagnosed with heart failure, irrespective of the stage, whether they are in class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4 symptoms, that is the medical terminology, so which indicates how severe you are, whether you have breathlessness or whether your symptoms happen exertion, or even with some minimal exertion you are having your symptoms. So based on the symptomatology and the precipitating amount of exertion, we are dividing into functional class 1, 2, 3, 4. So irrespective of the class, you have to understand that once there is a problem, there are only very limited causes of heart failure which can be reversed totally. So more or less, at least 95% of the heart failure will be irreversible. So the treatment is going to be lifelong. Your lifestyle modification is going to be lifelong. So you have to stick to your therapy. So do so as already I have mentioned, the lifestyle modifications. You have to reduce the intake of salt. You have to do exercise. You have to keep doing exercise to improve the exercise tolerance of the heart. So as per the prescription of the doctor, you have to do regular exercise. You have to restrict your salt intake. You have to restrict your fluid intake if you have evidence of volume overload. And then you have to do a periodic checkup. You have to keep revising your medical therapy according to the stage of progression of the disease, and you have to have a continuous watch of your health. So you have to be prepared yourself for a lifelong therapy. You have to stick with one doctor preferably and have a periodic checkup, take your medicines religiously, and do as per the instructions of the concerned doctor. It's like if a general question, suppose somebody does not have a problem, then if you are like for above 35 and above, start doing regular exercise, do a periodic screening for your blood pressure and sugar and cholesterol. If you have got any of these abnormalities, you start treating them at the earliest. Do enough lifestyle modifications, so regular exercises, taking a healthy diet, and then excess tension, stress. This all will prevent the development of a coronary artery heart disease, which is the most common risk factor for development of heart failure. If somebody has got an established heart failure, then you have to do as per the prescription of your doctor. So you have to do the lifestyle modification, you have to take the right medicines, you have to do a periodic follow-up, and you have to do a periodic evaluation how the disease is progressing. You have to keep an update.